Klopp's kids do it again and smash 3 past Southampton. Chelsea respond to the embarrassment on Sunday with an epic 3-2 win against Leeds United. Conor Gallagher at the death. And Man United will face Liverpool in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Casmeiro, assisted by Bruno Fernandes, late on from an excellent free kick. United sneaking past. Excellent quarterfinal draw for the neutral, and probably for Liverpool fans as it stands right now. The weekend in and around the 16th of March. A really good night indeed of FA Cup football for all of us really to enjoy. We're going to delve into it. We're going to have the panel on very, very soon to have their say, to give their opinions. But I do want to hear from you. I want to know what your thoughts and what your feelings are surrounding these games. And look, I'll start with my club tonight, Manchester United. And again, it was a very hard watch. A lack of pace in the side physically and a lack of pace to our play. A huge amount of shots conceded, some sloppy mistakes. As the game wore on, we became more dominant. We had more of the ball. We really did nullify Nottingham Forest, especially in that second half. And that was a good away performance in the second half. But our lack of cutting edge up front when Garnacho's on the left rather than the right, when we don't have a recognised number 9, nobody's really making runs or spreading the play to give Rashford any room. And it was a really tough watch again for Manchester United fans in terms of stylistically and how it looks and everything else. But as I've said, I'm judging this future of Ten Hag on the performances. Man United win a game for the rest of this season. It's vibes. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. It's everything I want to see. So, as in winning the games, we're through to the next round. A very, very difficult draw at home to Liverpool. I'm glad it's at Old Trafford and not at Anfield. I'd rather Liverpool now at Old Trafford than the semi-finals at Wembley or the final at Wembley. We have more of a chance of beating them at Old Trafford. If you're going to draw one of the best teams in the country, you're better off getting them at home. So game on. It is a derby, although some people don't consider it to be one of the biggest derby in the world, in my view. That's an equalizer in itself. So I'm really, really excited about that game and to see what happens. See what happens from there. And look, United, an opportunity to put a dent in the farewell party to Jurgen Klopp. Get themselves. We set a record tonight as well, by the way. I just want to put that out there. 48th time in a quarterfinal of the FA Cup, a record. Nobody else has ever done better than that. So let's go one further and get to the semi-finals now. And look, if we end up winning a trophy towards it, listen, at least the season's still alive. And I think that's a really important bit for me. And I'm sure Chelsea fans feel the same. We kept the season alive. And keeping the season alive is very, very important indeed. Terry, stop lying to yourself and us. We are going to get cooked. We may get beat. But okay, again, you didn't listen to what it is I said, my friend. You just completely ignored it. I would rather have them at home than at Wembley or at Anfield. Tell me what is incorrect about that statement. If you're telling me we're in as much danger at Old Trafford as we are away or at Wembley, I think you're wrong. We're in trouble anyway. They're the favourites, no doubt. But if we're going to get them, I'd rather them be at Old Trafford. Explain to me why that's wrong. If you just think it's doesn't make a difference where it is, that's fair. Outside of that, I can't see what's wrong with that statement. In terms of Liverpool tonight, look, they went into this game and I said to my brother before kickoff, he said to me, he said, bloody hell, there's a lot of kids out there, a lot of youngsters out there. How is this going to play out? How are they going to perform? And I think, look, in the opening 20 to 30 minutes, and throughout lots of stages in the game, how Southampton didn't score is beyond me. Southampton had an abundance of chances, so many openings, so many opportunities. And I was sort of watching it thinking, after about the 4-4-5 miss or save or missed opportunity, I knew Liverpool were going to win. Just based on that, you go to Anfield and you miss gilt-edged chances, typically speaking, you lose. And then the kids stepped up again. And a little fortuitous, Kumas, with his shot in the beginning. Sorry, in the first half, the first shot on target for Liverpool that began the scoring. A big deflection, but it's a goal's a goal. It was on target. He gets his first goal for Liverpool. That really settles the nerves. And then Dan's comes on and ends up putting in a man of the match performance. I don't even know what time of the game he came on, if I'm being honest with you. Let's have a little look here. Where did he come on in the game? He did. I can't find it. There, it's 62nd minute. So he's only really on for 30 minutes. And he put in what I would describe as a man of the match performance, grabbed himself a brace at the Kop end as well, secures the win for Liverpool, puts them into the quarterfinals, and Klopp's kids do it again. And I think that it's just, Igal said something the other day, which I think maybe he said wrong. And that was, this could end up being a good thing for Liverpool. And I don't think it's a good thing for Liverpool to have the injuries that they've currently got. But if they get through this injury crisis and they're still in the title race and all the competitions, it may add an element of romance and beauty for Liverpool fans to this farewell party for Klopp. These youngsters, keeping them in competitions, helping them to win a trophy, keeping them in the FA Cup. You might find in 4 or 5 weeks' time, most of these young players are nowhere near the first team squad. They're back to playing youth football, but they'll have it's just something kind of poetic that I think Liverpool fans will have a real connection to. And yeah, I thought the young lads, I tried watching it as best I could with 3. The fact that you had all 3 of those games on tonight and none of them on yesterday was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous in my humble opinion. But it was hard to watch, but yeah, they did well tonight. They rode their luck at times. They are inexperienced, though, but they got through and they end up winning 3-0. A little bit of experience on the pitch with them, but they end up winning 3-0 and an excellent display in the end from them, and definitely a great result. And then you have Chelsea. Chelsea started the night off, Disasi with a Disasi class, and Leeds go 1-0 up. First ever goal for, I think his name's Joshua. I might get if I've got his name wrong there, I'm going to apologize massively. I want to say that his name's Joshua. Is it Joshua? Joseph. Gets his first ever goal, senior goal, 8 minutes in. And Chelsea do then play some really good football. I thought the Jackson goal, the interchange in play, the weighted pass from Casmeiro was excellent to open up Leeds. Well finished by Jackson. The goal from Mahalo Mudryk, again, I thought Don must have been absolutely buzzing his tits off when he saw that goal go in. And again, really well-worked football. But then you saw this lull appear from the end of that first half and for large parts of the second half where Leeds really took it to them, really, gave Chelsea a horrid night indeed. And it could have gone either way. And you could tell neither team wanted extra time. For one reason or another. Leeds have actually played more games this year than Chelsea. The Championship is a very difficult and very grueling league. Chelsea only played extra time a few days ago. There's no way they wanted another extra 30 minutes on top. And they both kind of went for it at the end. It became a little bit of a basketball match. And Conor Gallagher steps up with a really important goal, cementing really that I think whether you like him or not, he's been their best player this season. No one can convince me of that. He may not be their best player, but he's been the best performer this season, in my view. Gives them the win. I think restores a little bit of pride. I know it's going to be a long way for Chelsea fans to feel really proud of their team again, but it restores a little bit of pride. And it does keep Chelsea's season alive. And very much like Manchester United, keeping the season alive is so important at this stage. We're only, one more day of February remaining. There's a good almost 3 months, essentially, of football left. And the last thing you want, the last thing you need, the last thing you want to see at this point is your season completely over. Nothing to play for. Some people don't like this phrase, but some teams are still going, some teams might not be in the cup anymore, but they could get a top 4 position, which gives them the Champions League. That's still something to look forward to because it puts you into an amazing competition the following year. If you're not in that race, you're out of all the cups, you're clearly not in the title race. It's 2 to 3 months of just treading water, boredom. So huge victories, really, when you look at the grand scheme of things for both those teams tonight. But I thought it was a really good night of FA Cup football. entertaining games, end to end, lots of goals in two of the matches. I think Wolves went through tonight as well, right? 1-0. It's mad, isn't it? One goal scored in the second minute and then nothing for the rest of the game. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, Brighton out. Wolves go through to the next round, and the next round of the FA Cup looks so interesting with Man United versus Liverpool, Chelsea versus Leicester. Again, another championship team for Chelsea, but a good championship team who I think may cause them trouble. Wolves, Coventry. Again, you look at it on paper, a bit of a Midlands derby there. Wolverhampton Wanderers should be going through to the semi-finals. And then you have City versus Newcastle. I would have preferred that to have been at St. James's Park because I think it creates a little bit more of an equal measure. I can't see Newcastle beating them. But, you know, there's going to be one team in the semis, probably one team in the semis in Wolves, who everybody's going to be confident of trying to beat. You may get Leicester. You may get Chelsea, which I still think Man City, I still think Liverpool, those two would be confident, anyone who goes into those semi-finals. But are we gearing up here for a potential City-Liverpool final? City-Liverpool also in the Premier League running with one another. You've got Arsenal and City both in the Champions League still in the title race together. I think we're gearing up for an amazing end to this campaign indeed. Make sure the like buttons are hit, by the way, people. Make sure you're subscribing. I want to give a big, I want to also direct you towards the squad. You can see it on the screen in front of you. Now, the squad is a new channel and podcast that I'm launching with an amazing YouTuber, amazing content creator. I'm not going to announce who yet or when the start date is, but I want you to go across to the YouTube channel either now or at the end of the show and make sure you're subscribing. There's a link in our live chat or a link in the description below. Or if you're watching on television, you can just scan that QR code that you can see on the screen right now, and it will take you to the new YouTube channel, The Squad. Make sure you get yourself subscribed now. Get that done. Get yourselves ready. I don't want you to miss anything that's going to come out on that channel when it all starts to be released. I'm going to bring my panel up now. We've got Dizzy. We've got Omar. We've got... I'm going to get it wrong again. I'm going to get the man's name wrong again. He told me last time, and my brain's gone. See ya. As in, like, see ya. Yeah, I remember now. So you have to remember silly things like that because I'm stupid. KJ is joining us 1 week away from being a married man. And Ram is here as well. Gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. And congratulations to all of us. We all won tonight. That's rare. That's a rarity. Isn't it? Ram, Klopp's kids do it again.
Yeah, another win, another couple of really good performances for our kids. Look, this is the first time in a long time I'm starting to really like the academy that we're producing. Like, is Jalen Dans, obviously Trey Nyoni had his first made his debut for Liverpool, a 16-year-old. Connor Bradley is always doing his thing, and even players like James McConnell and Bobby Clark are starting to produce some good magic on the football pitch as well. So all in all, really good. Oh, how can I forget Lewis Kumas as well? Scored the first goal. So all in all, a very good game, a very good future, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the FA Cup. So all in all, a great day.
Are you worried about? Are you worried at all about coming to Old Trafford, or is it just game on for you?
It's game on. I mean, at some point we're going to face some of the big guns, and I'm not saying that you guys are part of the big guns, but I'm just saying, you know, it's going to be a tough game, and look, we're ready. As in, the team's ready to get one over you as well. So I'm looking forward to it, man. It's going to be a good game.
We're not one of the big guns. Since when were Man United not one of the big guns?
Since this season, and then 2 seasons before that, and then the season before that.
No, I hear you on that. KJ, United tonight, we grabbed the win in the end. I thought it was another tough watch, though.
It's dreadful. Honestly, I've never seen such dross in my flipping life. It's crazy. Like, people used to complain about Ollie and the way that he played football. At least I knew what Ollie was trying to do. Like, I could see what he was trying. It was just not good enough to win major trophies. He was just not good enough. But at least I can see what he's doing. What Ten Hag is doing this year is criminal. It's criminal, especially when you saw the blueprint of something last season. That's what makes it worse. This season is the season I thought that we was gonna get last year. And last year, you start to build on that, and you think, okay, cool, third place, the Carabao Cup, you're starting to look like you're playing good football. You're happy, but everyone's regressed. I said in the group chat, I was like, guys, when do we like just change our opinions on Bruno Fernandes? Because this guy is washed. He's washed. Like I can't explain it. Well, I can explain it. It's the curse of Man United, but like the regression is so poor. Marcus Rashford, the regression from last season, so poor. Everyone just goes backwards. Casemiro, yes, he won. He got the winner in the end, and fair play. That's the determination that he has for us to win. But he just looked like his legs were gone. Them man were running past him like he wasn't there. And I know it's part of the system, but he was losing duels as well. We lose duels all over the pitch, offensively and defensively. We just lose duels. They can just get through us, cut through us. Onana was our best player today.
KJ, question for you.
Yeah.
It's going to be a weird question, but just answer it honestly.
Yeah.
Do you believe in your boss?
Do I, KJ Milligan, believe in Terry Flewers, the man? Yes, I do believe in Terry Flewers, the man. Yes, I do.
And you know, I have a lot of faith and trust in you. A reason I asked that is I'm not surprised, and I know some people dislike Bruno Fernandes. I know some people dislike Marcus Rashford. So a lot of people that didn't ever like them or rivals that hate them will say, see, I always knew they were rubbish. I get that. It's their argument. You're not going to change their mind. I'm not going to attempt to. But I see the same thing happen to them, whether you think they're as good a quality or lesser quality, as I saw happen to the Martials and the Paul Pogbas, who I believe on technical ability are superior. And that is, whether it's conscious or subconsciously, there is just what are we doing here? What am I doing here? The system. I was listening to Alan Shearer tonight, who he was criticizing Rashford in the first half for coming too short, so you've got to stick to your position. But he did also say, when as a striker, with the lack of movement around him, of other people dragging defenders away and creating space, the lack of through balls being played, he went, if I was a striker, I would be frustrated. But when that's happening almost week in, week out to you as attackers, I kind of get it. And I watched Antony tonight. Just cuts inside, passes it on, or loses the ball. And I just think that as much as I do agree with you, I look at Rashford, I look at Bruno, they just look exhausted, they look tired, nothing is coming off. And I'm not trying to defend them. I do think we've got to get rid of a lot of these players. But I also view it as, am I actually surprised to see these players regress? No, because everybody, better players than them, have regressed at this club in the last decade. So I'm just personally not surprised by it, you know, in any way, any shape, or in any form. But at least we're through.
You know what it is for me. As far as why United look so tired. If you watch the game, if you see how often we lose the ball and how much time we actually spend chasing around opposition players, trying to close them down, trying to get the ball back, I don't think we can string together 4 passes without losing the ball. And you always use your most energy chasing and recovering the ball than you do when you're on offense. Everything you can play at your pace. You can kind of try and dictate the play. But because we don't try to dictate the play, everything is super helter-skelter. We need to make something happen right now. Everything is like one touch. The ball is almost lava, and you got to get the ball away from you. You end up chasing a game for 9/10, and you can never dictate your own play. So everybody looks tired, and the older heads like the Casmeiros, the Varans, they look way more washed than they actually are to me, because we just don't try to control games. That's my problem.
Yeah, it's a massive problem, and people are sitting here. I don't want to say it like that, but people are online on Twitter saying, "Ineos just back Ten Hag, and it will get back to where we need to, like just back the manager." But the reason why our players are looking so bad is because the instructions that he's giving them on the pitch. People say the players are down tools. I don't think the players are down tools. No. Not most of them anyway. I genuinely believe they are just doing what they're told to do. But what they've been told to do, it just isn't good. It just isn't good, because it's the same stuff week in, week out. If they down tools, 1 week they would be great. 1 week they'll be rubbish, and it'll be so inconsistent. But we're seeing this, the same formulas, the same breakdown of play, the same counterattacks, the same amount of shots being faced every week. How many shots did Nottingham Forest have, Terry? Because I guarantee you it's at least 15.
I will. Do you know what I mean? It was about 12 in the first half. I mean, we were better in the second. Let's have a little guesstimation here. I don't know. I'm gonna go with
over 17.
Yeah, I'll go with 18 shots. 20. No, 16 they had. We had 20 in the end. 16 shots.
We have conceded plus 15 shots in a game way too much this season. We've conceded even over 20. In some games, we've got 20 plus shots against us this season. And no amount of saying this player is a bad egg, this player is this player is that, can hide the fact that this is a constant issue, which then stems from the way we play, which then comes from the manager. Ineos are not looking at this, sitting there and thinking,
yeah. Like, as I said, we're still in it. Even if we win it, my mind isn't going to change. So Jim, he's made it very clear when they said, "Are you basically? What's your thoughts on the manager?" When he comes out and says, "I'm not going to be drawn into conversations about individuals," that is business code for Geezer's done, bruv. That's business code for that, but they just can't come out and say it. We'll come back to some more United in a bit. Matt's here with us. A better result for you today as a Chelsea fan. Give me your thoughts on the game, bro.
It was a stressful game, man. I mean, hearts were jumping up and down for that second half. And I'll be honest, there's not a lot of positives out of this game for me. I mean, obviously there's some. I mean, Mudryk today was good. I was happy with him. He was okay. His first touch is absolutely horrendous. I still know this guy can do a lot of things, but he still does not have a first touch, which is embarrassing to me. For me, Sanchez told me today that he can never touch this pitch again. Our keeper, I think he's absolutely horrendous. This guy does not have a foot. He can barely save shots, but to me, he just got the job done today. I think Petrovic needs to come back on this pitch. He needs to hold that bench, same as Gilstreth. That guy, again, is horrendous. He's garbage. I don't think he should be staying any longer. I've been seeing this everywhere. Everyone was DMing this to me on Twitter. And
you do. You look like...
I was doing it for a skit here in New Orleans a couple weeks ago. And a lot of people liked it, so I just kept it. But I've been getting that everywhere in the US.
No, yeah, you've got a little Borat look about you, bro. I like it. It's good.
That's what I've been saying. So I've kept it just, for the jokes. But it's funny to me. I love it. So people can call me that. But Gilstreth, this guy needs to get sold, man. I mean, I don't see much prospect in him. I think today he got absolutely demolished by Daniel James. He got outbodied by Daniel James, outpaced by Daniel James. And for a guy who I assume is a bit stronger, I would assume he should have a bit more body towards that. So for me, he was not a positive today. Malo Gusto as well shows to me why this guy is for me, probably the 6th or 7th best wing back in the league. This guy's absolutely amazing. The skills he has, the crosses he has, amazing to me. So for me, all in all, you had the picture on demand. How did you have the picture on demand?
I'm very good. I'm very good at my job.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice. But overall, it was an alright game. We got Leicester next. I'm not going to say be confident about Leicester. I mean, it's still game by game, but Poch still needs to go. Gallagher scored in this game. Couldn't have done it last game when we needed him, but of course the save is fucking save Poch to score that goal. Pissed me off, but hey, we got the win. Appreciate it. On to the next.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt, do you echo that as a Chelsea fan?
I feel as though that we've given him a bit more time, but I'm just like, right, okay, next one. We've won, great, next game. Like, well, it, as you said on the top 6 show, or at least a couple of shows, there's no consistency with us. So it's almost like, you're starting from the very beginning all over again. And to me, it was squeaky bum time, if I'm honest. We that last goal was literally, let's get it in the net quick, because otherwise we're playing for penalties. It just gave me such trauma from the weekend. I thought, oh God, we're going to go to penalties against Championship Leeds. Whoever, can I just say, I know Matt's here. Who the hell thought it was a good idea to take Brighton's 3rd choice goalkeeper? We'd have been better off with Biscuit Fingers in goal. Like, we would have been better off with Kepa. Honestly, I would have ripped his contract up at the end of that 90 minutes. He was poor. I would say that everybody else was average at best. I thought, against the championship team, there was times where I thought, which one of us was the championship team? Which one of us? I'm glad we got the win. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, right, okay, next game. I'm still potch out at the moment. I mean, I did try and say, look, he's been given the tools by this ownership, but he's not doing himself any favours. And, he keeps on having this loser mentality. He keeps bottling things. So it's just on to the next one. And we've got Brentford at the weekend. So we'll see.
Man, am I the only one that's happy that my team has won? I swear to God, everyone is just.
You got to look at the bigger picture, man. You got to look at the bigger picture, bro.
You know what it is?
The bigger picture.
You guys actually all you have is a high because Klopp's leaving. Your young players are playing and coming and scoring goals, and you've just won a cup. So of course, you're just gonna be on a high for the rest of the season because you've got something to weep, but at the same time look forward to. You've got this whole win this for Klopp mentality going on. Who are we winning for? Because our players are winning for us. Our managers aren't good enough. Our players are whack. We ain't smiling for nothing, man. We just
Can I just say, you didn't spend £1 billion on yours. Liverpool's actually is potential FC. I mean, look at the players they had. I watched the last couple of minutes. My God, what a talent! What some of those talented players. I was really impressed, actually. Good God. And then you've got Arsenal.
Man said, "Good God."
I'm happy with through Ram, and like I've said, with Man United, I've split it in two. This happened to the banking industry when I worked there. I ring fence things, right? I judge if we win a game, I'm happy. I'm judging Ten Hag and should he stay based on performances. That's the way I'm sort of breaking Man United down for the rest of the season. So I'm happy we won. I celebrated the goal, but the difference is it's about how your future's looking. Does that make sense?
It just doesn't hit. It just doesn't hit, Terry. That's basically what it is.
What it is?
There's a lot of parallels between United and Chelsea right now. I think you guys are.
You've come to accept it now. You've come to accept that we are basically the same thing in different colours.
Wait. How about not?
Yes.
In terms
you told us you're better than us. So that's
at the beginning of the season. That wasn't my theme the whole season. Let's not act as if I didn't change my take after what I was watching. You know what I'm saying? You don't love to get on what I'm analyzing and stuff here. And today's a prime example because Mudryk. I don't think Mudryk was amazing today. I think he was just decent. You know what I mean? I think he had a poor second half, but I thought he had a good first half. And that's the story of Mudryk's time at Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? Some games he plays well. Some games he looks like he can actually kick a ball. Other days it looks like he's got 2 left feet. Do you know what I'm saying? And before the game, I even complained. I was saying, bro, why is this guy playing as a 10? You know what I'm saying? I felt like Poch was killing him playing him in that role. Because playing as a number 10, your brain needs to think quick. And we know Mudryk's IQ is not at the level to be playing in the Premier League right now. He needs to be developed.
Is it better than Martinelli's though?
Of course not. Of course it's not, Terry.
I'm just asking.
Nah, because I was breaking down their attributes and I spoke about what I think Mudryk has over Martinelli. But to you guys, it sounded like I was saying Mudryk's better than Martinelli. But I never left my mouth.
That's what you said.
But anyway, as I was saying with Mudryk, like I said, I thought he had a good first half. It's not easy to play in that 10 position the way he did. Very good goal to score like that. That's not an easy goal. Yeah, the technique that he used to score a goal like that. But like I said, in the second half, he was poor. He was giving the ball away a lot. His first touch was all over the place. It looked like I was watching Sterling in the second half. You know what I'm saying? And it should have come off a little bit earlier. But like the boys have said, there's nothing really much I can say other than we scraped it, really. I'm happy to be in the next round. But overall, in the second half, Leeds were looking like the team that were playing in the Prem, and we look like the Championship side. Do you know what I mean? The XG, I checked it after the game. They had more shots on goal, I believe, as well. You know what, Don?
This is why when I see Chelsea fans and I see Man United fans saying stick with the managers, it will get better. I look at it and think to myself, but I was watching Southampton play against Liverpool, and they were playing better football than Man United. I was watching Leeds versus Chelsea, and they play better football than Man United and Chelsea. So the point is, I think if the football was looking good for our teams, there'd be something to go, well, we know something can come from this. Yep. It's when the football is as drab, uninventive, as dated, as slow, lethargic as it is, it makes it very hard to say I can see where things are going to turn around. I can see where the only manager you can give an example where in his first 18 months, the football, in my opinion, was bad and then it got better was Mikel Arteta. But that, one, he hasn't gone on to win a major trophy yet. Secondly, that was literally his first job. So it's a very different scenario to managers that have been around a decade plus. It's a different scenario.
With Arteta as well, at the time, when a lot of people were cooking him, I said, bro, I can see what he's trying to do, but he's got bums like Mustafi. He's got bums like David Luiz. He's trying to play out from the back, and these guys keep giving the ball away. He had Leno in goal that doesn't know how to play out from the back. You know what I'm saying? But I could see what he was trying to do. He needed his own players. I said, when they give him the money that he needs to spend, you're going to see his imprint, and you're going to see what he's trying to do. Do you know what I'm saying? With Pochettino right now, bro, it's very negative, bro. It's very weak-minded football that I'm watching. It's not good. It's just not good, bro. And the players are better than that.
See, what is the football we've been playing with Poch, though? Like, I can't even sit here and describe the football we play. Every week it's different. 1 week it's out from the back. I don't know the play, so I can sit here and say, I knew exactly how Tuchel played, even though it wasn't good. I knew exactly how Frank Lampard played, it wasn't good. But I have no idea how Poch has been playing with this Chelsea team. Every week it's been different for me. I have no idea.
Yeah, and on that point with the let Arteta spend his money and get his players in, and you'll see a change. One issue that I've grown to have with Ten Hag, I didn't at the start because I was open to see what he was doing, but one issue I've grown to have with Ten Hag is the signings that he's made, especially this season. It don't make sense. Amrabat is someone he fought for the entire summer. He's now benched him, and now that he's playing, he looks off like he looks bad. Like he's looking very bad today, and I'm just like raw. Like,
yeah, but he looked better. But he did look better at left back than Lindelof has looked in recent weeks.
Yeah,
and
but I could look better than Lindelof at left back.
That's the insult to injury, isn't it? It's that case of we just struggled for a few weeks of Lindelof playing completely out of position, and then tonight he inverts Amrabat, and you're like, it isn't what you really want, but it's the best of a bad situation that we find ourselves in, and that's my issue with him. And so, to your point, Ram, look, I think Chelsea fans are happy to go through. I know I'm a Man United fan, and I'm happy that we've gone through tonight. But it is that bigger picture. It is. You ever been on a good night out, Ram? And you're like, what a good night! You're walking home and you realise I've got no money left. 3 weeks paid. That's what it's like. And then the whole buzz is gone.
It just don't hit. You're like, if you come out here, Ram, if you come out here shameless, Ram, if you come out here shameless, celebrating this year. You're just deluding yourself, bro. You're deluding yourself. You know, at the start of the season, I was positive. Terry was coming on here talking about. Hey, hold on. Let me land. Mr. Terry flew, isn't that? Chelsea looks scary. Chelsea looks scary. That's what you were saying at the start of the season.
Chelsea did.
Because we was, and all the
football looked good.
Yeah, we did, and all the underlying metrics. If you remember, I was coming on here saying off the ball we look really good, and then what happened? But we fell off. We're conceding 8 goals in a week. You know what I'm saying? We've got Leeds looking like Barcelona and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Right now, bro, it's listen, like I said to Roms earlier on the phone, yeah. The only way I'm gonna say, cool, Poch give him more time is if we literally just keep winning games now to the end of the season, and we manage to find our way into the top 6 comfortably somehow. Right? And
it doesn't matter how you play. It doesn't matter.
No, it does matter. Our performances matter. Yeah, it does matter how we play, because that's where you find how sustainable you can be going forward. I don't want just results. I need results, and I need performances, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Give me something over 60, 70 minutes for me to defend you, bro. And right now, he's not doing it. He is not doing it. But I want to big up one guy that came on today as well. Gallagher, bro. I thought when he came on, he was really good. Do you know what I'm saying? And that goal that he scored, bro, that was a harder finish than the flipping chance that he had on Sunday. Do you know what I mean? The tech in the goal today was mad, bro.
Less pressure.
Crazy. Yeah, less pressure and whatnot, but it's still very good to pull off that technique. You know what I'm saying? People think I've got an agenda on Gallagher. I don't have an agenda on Gallagher. I don't have an agenda on Gallagher. I just think he shouldn't be starting week in, week out. And there's certain times where he's playing and he don't need to be on the pitch for 90 minutes. You know what I mean?
Do you know what? You guys are in a little paradox with him, though. And we were in this situation. We've been in this situation with the likes of Scott McTominay at times where you have better players than him, but a Gallagher or a McTominay is outperforming them. And for some people, it depends how you view football. And that's what I love about what we do, because everyone sees it differently. Some people, everything is just ability. There are some Man United fans now that still think Martial should start just because his technical ability is better than other people. They ignore every other element of the game that's important. They just go on technical ability. So they say, well, Scott McTominay's never going to have better technical ability than X. I'm not going to say the names; it'll trigger people. It doesn't matter the form they're in. I still don't think he should start, but I think in reality, you look at Conor Gallagher. Technically, he's not as good as Casmeiro. Technically, he's not as good as Enzo, but he's had a better season than both of them.
Yeah, it's true.
And that for me, it's weird that Gallagher gets attacked for that when what it actually should be is the better players being slammed for not being as good. And it always reminds me at school, the brighter the kid failing, the more annoyed teachers get at you. If you're a really smart kid, but you're not doing your homework and you're not passing tests because you're not working hard, they go crazy. If you're a kid, maybe a bit like me, who's dyslexic and a little bit dumb, then they're a bit more leeway with you because they don't expect as much. And I think we create a really weird scenario in football where we're more angry at players we don't rate performing at the level we expect to see them at than we are better players underperforming. It's weird to me.
But Terry, the thing is, the frustration comes in, when there's certain games where Gallagher, it's not working. You know what I'm saying? It's just not working, and bring him off the pitch. But Poch, Gallagher is everything. He can create, he can score, he can run. Like even the other day against Liverpool, right? We did not have control of that midfield. Endo was just beating the press every single time. Gallagher couldn't get anywhere near him. So everything that I like Gallagher for in terms of his pressing, it was redundant because it wasn't working. Right. And I said to Ches and Jem next to me, I said, bro, we need some quality on the ball. We need someone where it's going to drop to them and they could just finish it. Put Palmer in that 10 or bring in Cuckoo on for that 10 and keep Jackson on the pitch. If Cuckoo got that chance the other day that Gallagher got, are you not telling me that he misses it?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe.
You think he misses that chance?
Nah,
come on, bro. He's our best.
He's not
He's got more of a chance of scoring that.
Don, you are right. You are right, but this is, I think, something some football fans forget. Technical ability. It's funny. I've seen Rio Ferdinand kind of say this.
Not
then at the same
finishing.
No, I get that. But that's a technical ability, isn't it? Finishing is a technical ability.
Oh, yeah, okay. If you put it like that,
yeah. What I'm saying is there are so many other attributes, and I've seen Rio before talk about, and I get his point. He worries about a player when the first thing people praise is their hard work or their fitness or whatever else it may be, and I understand that. But there are certain elements to football that go beyond just the technical ability. And I'm not saying Poch is right because I think you guys have got to get rid of him. But it's like at Man United, there are certain players that every time a new manager comes in, he'll be gone and they survive. And maybe they're all getting it wrong, or maybe there's some intangibles that you can't see that individual has in the dressing room and has on the pitch that the quote unquote better players are lacking. But maybe we're just not strong enough as football fans to have that conversation because everything nowadays is about being techie and being a baller as opposed to being a professional football player. And I do think there's a difference in some of those areas. CEO, what are you here to say, bro?
Firstly, I'm just here to say that Jaden Dans has more goals than Antony this season. Just let that sit.
Thanks, bro.
Hey.
I don't even know who that is.
That's the
Exactly.
striker that played for us today.
That's that young kid that came on the
it's
Cup final.
Perry Keeley, man.
Oh,
Perry,
and Lewis Kumas has as many goals as Antony.
Has Antony even scored this year?
Bruv, we're Man United fans. We don't like Antony. This ain't guy.
Yeah.
We agree.
Yeah, you're not proving a point here.
I mean, do you want to swap Antony for Dans? I would.
Hey, it's just an interesting stat. It is just an interesting stat. But yeah, one thing I want to praise is the fact that Jurgen Klopp, ever since he arrived at Liverpool, has been giving youth a chance. And I think the one facet of that people don't often look at is how much money we make from those youth sales. So if you look at guys like Brad Smith, Jordan Ibe, Solanke, who's the guy we sold to Sheffield?
Nico Williams.
Brewster.
Nico Williams, yeah. All of those guys wouldn't say that if they were still at Liverpool, they'd still be playing. But since Klopp gave them a chance in a very good team, we were able to get high fees from them. And there were guys I looked at today, like McConnell, like your Bobby Clogs, who might not have a future at Liverpool per se, but those are players that we can get high fees for. And it could benefit the squad in terms of recruitment. So I think the next manager coming in should follow that same way of working, because clearly it's a huge benefit for the club since we have cheap ass owners. we spend what we make, and these youth players are very integral in that.
It'll be interesting to see how they develop under a new coach, because obviously Klopp has developed this way of playing for years, and I'm pretty sure that your youth players play the same kind of football in the youth academies as well, and that's why it looks so easy for them to come into your team and have a little bit of shine. I remember what's his name? Is it Reece Williams? He was in the team for a little bit, and he wasn't great, but he wasn't bad. You know what I mean? Like he slotted in because you know that the way that you guys are bringing up your youth team and loading them out to the right teams, it is helpful to them. So, but with a new coach, hey, listen,
I hope
if
it
you
all
guys don't get
burns
if they don't get Edwards, if they're going to Edwards back and they don't get the number one choice in the coach, hey, we don't know how these youth players are going to react to that. Like it might be techie.
I hope every facet of Liverpool turned down to the ground.
Not all our eggs are in the Edwards basket. Edwards is an option, but the other guys we can get.
I want to throw a question
I can't wait for you to pay their kids. I can't wait. You don't have Liverpool next, Terry, right?
Yeah.
No, it's City.
Is it
No,
City?
no, in the FA Cup.
No,
in the
yeah,
FA Cup.
FA Cup. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, listen, honestly, if Man United were playing that Liverpool team tonight, we beat them. I mean, we wouldn't. I know we missed a few. The amount of chances Southampton had, they should have scored. How they didn't score is crazy. A better team beats that Liverpool side tonight. And look, I don't know how good these Liverpool players are. It's the first time I've seen them play in the last 2 games. Some of these youngsters that have started and been on the bench in the last week, some of them might have Championship, League One level careers. And that's pretty typical. The amount of young players that come through at clubs. And it's not even always about ability. I was actually listening to Eden Hazard the other day that seems to be doing a big podcast tour. Say that I've mentioned him on the show many times, Gal Kakuta, and when he came through at Chelsea. And still to this day, Eden Hazard says he has the most amount of, and this is why ability isn't everything. Eden Hazard, who clearly knows what a pure footballer is because he is one, stated he is the best pure footballer I've ever seen in my life. And this guy has played on the same pitch either against or with people like Lionel Messi, KDB. So when it comes to like pure footballer, he understands. But there's so much more that you need to make it as a football player than just pure ability. So it's going to, and I think there's some people online who were probably very good technical footballers and didn't make it. And they're just angry that people that worked harder than them made it. And I think there's a little underlying like jealousy there. Do you know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot of that that's going on.
What you've got to do when that happens, you've got to start freestyling, man. You know what I mean? You got to do up Jeremy Lynch, man. You know what I'm saying? When that happens, man. Like I was at Arsenal, innit?
We met Wenger, the best young player he's ever seen, apparently.
Yeah. Listen, I never met. Yeah, I know. That's crazy, isn't it? It's maybe he was. Maybe Wenger did say something like that.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
He wasn't there.
He wasn't.
He
wasn't there.
Oh, he wasn't there.
No,
he wasn't even there. even that group, I think someone said he was in like if he was there, it was the same group as like Cesc Fabregas and players like that.
Yeah,
so definitely.
No chance.
I'm going to ask my friends. I work with a guy called Rio Brian Edwards. Now he was at the Arsenal Academy and he went on loan to some lower level clubs. I shouldn't laugh. He's a good friend. Like, his career was like done because he was playing for Grays, I think, in like the Conference South or Thurrock in the Conference South. And he had a really bad tackle on him and it broke both his ankles at the same time. Now, I'm only laughing because he's a good friend of mine and you laugh at your friends do these things. But no, it was a madness. It always makes me die because he couldn't even, like, years later, he was working in the bank. And he always used to wear, like, he's one of those dudes that will always wear, like, short trousers with, like, loafers and no socks. Not really my thing. But his ankles used to be out and the scars were a madness. They were a madness. But, yeah, he played with Jack Wilshere and these guys. So maybe you might have been a little bit after, but we'll see. But yeah, I didn't know. I thought that was a real story. I feel cheated now by Lynch.
Yeah, you got proof for fraud.
You know,
the older generation could lie about those things because it was so that the records were different. Do you know what I mean? You could just say like someone who was in the 80s. Yeah, I was at Man United's academy in the 80s. Who's gonna remember? But with nowadays with photos and social media and everything else, like
it's like, yo, boy, I saw a quote yesterday of Mainly talking about when I was growing up watching Ronaldinho, bro. What's he talking about?
Oh, man's on
18.
YouTube, man. YouTube, man.
Ah,
YouTube
come on,
fruit,
man. Come
boy.
on. You know what he meant. You know what he meant. You know what he
man
meant.
watched La Liga years, not Premier League years. He watched La Liga years.
Hang on,
man.
so
That's what he did.
he's 18 years old. What year would he have been born in? If he was 18.
2004.
He would have
2005.
been young towards the end of
2005 to
Ronaldinho's career.
2006.
Yeah, 2005.
I mean,
Wouldn't remember.
yeah. I mean, if you look at his AC, yeah. I mean, he would have been 3 to 5 years old when he was at AC Milan.
How old is
Yeah,
he when you
He would have
look
been
at
because
that?
if he was watching probably like Brazilian, he's probably Ronaldinho.
Yeah,
in Brazil.
but I think listen, I will say that YouTube has changed things. You know what I mean? You can go on there and watch a compilation and whatever else, but
Terry, bring it back to football. Can we talk about the worst decision we ever seen in the FA Cup history? With
not sending off Felipe.
how Felipe got, because apparently, according to last season, anything around the neck area is an instant red, whether it's a simple push or grab, or even if you're just holding someone's neck like this, instant red card. Instant.
He was just massaging his throat, man. Allow it.
My man had his bare, crusty, cold ass hands on Bruno's neck, touching it. You can see the movement.
He's just
in his
massaging
neck.
it, bro. Just
And
massaging
they
it.
looked at it and said,
Nah.
"Nah, just play on. Just play on." If Casemiro gets booked or any of our players get booked and sent off for that, I'm fuming because that was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a shock. I tweeted about it. It was a shocking decision. If we're all being absolutely honest about it, it was. He's grabbed him around the throat, and it would have made no difference to the game really, because we wouldn't have scored again. I think we'd already won. It was so late. But it's not even about Man United. It's about all the teams that are going to be playing Forest in the next few weeks, because he should be getting a 3-match ban for that. And now he's going to get to play. And the fact that Casemiro grabbed somebody by the side of the throat and then was hugging him a few minutes later, it wasn't even a fight. They were hugging a few minutes afterwards, and he got a 3-game ban, which ironically led to a 4-game ban when he got sent off again. It's crazy. And when you actually look at this, like,
Yeah, that's
Look at
mad.
that.
That's a madness.
How is he not got sent off? Like,
I look at Bruno. Bruno looks like he's about to go snitch. He's going to have to go snitch to the head teacher.
Bruno probably thought, I'm doing the right thing here. I'm going to get him sent off, and then nothing happened. But Dermot Gallagher has spoken about it. Dermot Gallagher has said here that Bruno deliberately put Felipe's hand on his own neck. Bruno was lucky to get away without a booking. It's a joke account that's put that out. But yeah, why is Bruno putting his neck into Felipe's hand? That's ridiculous. Did he ask for consent before he did that? Also, by the way, I did also think that the penalty claim for Rashford was a little bit harsh. The way the commentators went, no chance. And I'm looking at it going, neither tried to win the ball. They sandwiched him at the same time. And I get it's a high threshold for a penalty. But if you did that anywhere else on the pitch, it's going to be a foul.
Nah, it's a techie one.
And it was the way I get it in a pen, but I hate the way like commentators go, nah, no way. But if it happens anywhere else, they'd all turn around and go, that's a foul. What are you moaning for? But yeah, that's football, I suppose. Winter Surfers here. What are you saying, mate?
Positives from today, we're through, and that's about it from today's game. Absolutely diabolical. I mean, Poch is a killer of momentum, and I don't know. Again, the second half, bro. I don't know what he's got against second halves, but he doesn't like to play them for some reason.
Andrew, chat to us about halftime and his halftime talks, please.
Well, I don't need to. You need to see the second half. That's all you need to see. That's my.
Man, you lot should just play the kids, man. Just play just play the under 15s. Just screw it.
Aren't they all kids?
Damage their confidence too. He can barely handle the old players.
I don't want him anyway. Do you know what? Just lock him in a cell. I'd say get an interim just for the FA Cup run and leave him for the league. That's what I would do.
It's true. It's true, bro.
Good sitting available, man.
You know, this guy's going to have if we get past Leicester, he's going to have every cup tie at home, barring the Middlesbrough first leg semi-final.
Oh, yeah, that is Ten Hag heritage right there. We did that last season, boy. It took us all the way to 2 finals, baby, and we won one of them.
Andrew, it doesn't matter what's put on the plate for him. We witnessed it the other day with bare kids. He'll still bottle it.
Why does Petrovic need to be rested? He's a goalkeeper. He needs to be rested. I don't get this. Sanchez.
Your cup games are your biggest games of the
I
season.
know.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts. He's a keeper. I mean, you've got to do a lot of running.
By the way, this is your quote. I'm going to read it out. You DM'd me and sent this to me. I don't know if you've seen this. I don't know if
He
you
can't help himself. He cannot help himself.
listen to what Poch said here. He said, in the last 4 weeks, we are doing a fantastic job. The team is fighting and starting to behave as a team. After 7-8 months to translate the same ideas, the time it's a new team. It's all about time and balance to build a team.
Yo,
That is a damn it.
man.
do
Be
you,
happy,
yo,
man.
do you remember
that's-
when we had? Do you remember when we had the conversations before these men came to the teams? We're like, who do we want? Do we want Poch or do we want Ten Hag? Everybody's like, yeah, I don't know about Poch. I'd rather have Ten Hag. Now it's looking like neither are good enough, to be honest.
But you know what?
Oh, they go bar for bar. They're twins. They're crap twins.
Oh,
Guys,
They're crap twins.
who was the? You had Lukaku,
And
Lacazette.
Morata. And
Morata.
Alvaro.
Yeah. Oi.
Over
my
again.
Yeah.
We all failed. We all failed.
Terry, I just feel sick
I will
to
credit
my
Poch.
stomach. I feel like I've just been scammed, bro. You know, like how you look. That's what I'm saying. There's so many parallels between our clubs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel scammed. From what I was showed at the beginning of the season, the way he came in is about to win, you know. We were saying all of that at the beginning of the season, yeah? And then now it's, patience and all of this and all of that. You know what I mean? Bare excuses week after week.
Yeah, Dan,
He's
bro,
a Tottenham
you feel-
agent,
Don,
Don,
you
man.
feel
Come on.
scammed.
He's a spy. He's a spy. I said it for weeks, bro.
Yeah,
He's a
Don,
spy.
you feel scammed, and there are parallels between our teams. I'm saying this now. We are actually in a better spot than you. We are actually in a better spot than you, man. Now we are. And the reason why I say this is nothing to do with squads, nothing to do with managers.
Structure.
Our structure is going to get sorted. Your reports are saying
No, you
that
hope
your next
structure
manager
Exactly.
is
All you're
still
doing is
getting
hope.
picked by Todd Bowley and Egbali, wherever my
Todd
man
Bowley's
his
not
name is.
doing it, bro.
You now have to trust the man again for the third time. They failed with Potter, they failed with Lampard, they're failing with Poch. You might have to trust them again to get another manager in, and this time, somehow miraculously hope it's gonna work.
Lampard was a PR.
I KJ, don't you reminding me of? This is
Lampard,
reminding me of when
Lampard.
me and you were going back in the group chat, and you were trying to convince yourself that Evans ain't gonna get no game time. And I done told your ass. I told your ass that brother go and play. You like, nah, he's not. He's only here for training. I said, this guy's gonna play games. Trust me, there's a lot of games to go around, and you're gonna pick up injuries. Look at him. He's been probably your best defender this season. Yeah, the best centre back this season.
Fair play
Right?
to him.
So listen, take it from me, yeah, with this new structure and that. Take it, just wait.
I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying, and it could go as badly as yours has gone. I just don't think it will personally. But it could.
It won't be this bad. It won't be this bad. I think,
guys,
I think this is a good way to
I
like.
want to show you guys
rectify
something.
mistakes. Yeah.
Morgan Gibbs White has posted this on his Instagram, essentially stating that Manchester United's goal should have been disallowed based on the Liverpool goal that was disallowed at the weekend. And he said something along the lines, I think he quoted it with fair enough or something like that. So Morgan Gibbs White has put this out saying that both should have been called as offside.
Well, we did mention this, Terry. This is the whole point of the rule. It's just like there's no like threshold. There's no nothing. It's just like it's gonna be subjective, and when even the slightest of things happen that is similar to that, people are just going to be calling upon it. So this is where PGMOL have made their statement, and they're they've made their bed and they got a lie in it now.
This system,
That's how it is.
This system has one fatal flaw, and it's human. This is what this system is. It's human. All technology's weaknesses is human.
Yeah,
That's what it
that's
is.
true. That's
It's
true.
human because we got, like you said. Remember, we've seen the same type of challenges. That's one's red card and one isn't. We've seen the same type of penalties that one isn't and one is. It's completely subjective, like Ram said. It depends again. You might as well get like what you might as well set up is have the same people doing all the games, or near enough the same teams, like one or two to four teams doing all the games, not switching it around between like all this and that. Have them set. You're doing these games, you're doing these games, whatever, and just leave it like that.
Yeah,
just because then you can only play.
I think there's differences though. I mean, I still think both were goals, but the difference is this: Endo blocks a runner who is in front of Van Dijk and would have probably got to it. If Varane has blocked a runner, it's a man that's behind Casmeiro, so he doesn't get to it. He doesn't get to the ball. How can you get to the ball if you're behind Casmeiro from that goal that we scored? So some people are saying fair enough. He's got a point.
No, that guy is marking Varane. No, that guy's marking Varane. So how can he be called offside for a play that doesn't involve Varane? That's my issue.
That's again, but it's more not about those examples. This is because the offside law has changed. 20 years ago, it doesn't matter if you challenged for the ball or not. If you were in an offside position, the flag went up. Even if you were like nowhere near the goal, the flag just went up. And they got rid of that because they felt that it was unfair. But this is then what happens. Varane's in an offside position, but when are you not interfering with play? We saw the famous Bruno goal against City last year. Well, there's a compilation that got put out after everybody said this is the first time it happened, with about 20 different examples across the Premier League and Champions League of people scoring goals that were very, very similar. It's, as you say, it's the human errors, but yeah, it definitely wasn't a goal. It definitely was a goal, in my opinion. This here says a question for both teams. Would you take back your previous manager knowing how bad it is now? Because I would want Ollie to come back for the vibes.
I think Potter would do better with his squad, to be honest.
In a heartbeat.
Lampard, bro, man.
Hell no.
What's it?
Potter would do better with his squad.
Joshua Jack, are we saying that you erase what that manager has done and you have to go back to your old manager, or right now in this moment, would you take your old manager back? Because if you're just taking your old manager back right now, give me Ollie. I'll take him now.
You know what?
Ollie ain't got Martial.
Hold on.
Rashford and Greenwood saving it.
Ollie
You would have those three guys.
Yeah, Ollie with Rasmus Højlund, bruv.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, but you barely even say fit.
He wanted Haaland, bruv. This is B-Tech Haaland from Wish.
Hold on. There's one simple equation that we're missing here. How many times did Ollie tactically outclass a manager, and how many times has Ten Hag tactically outclassed the manager? Game done. I'll give you
against Poch.
We won a trophy, but yeah, part of me for the vibes would. But yeah, if you're a Chelsea fan, you definitely go back to Tuchel now.
Hell no.
Nice. Lampard.
If you had only two choices, Don, only two choices, you could either go back to Potter or back to Tuchel. Who are you picking?
It would have to be Tuchel, innit?
Well, there we go. That's your previous managers. Do you agree with what I said?
Even that, I feel sick even saying that because the tactics are just
bad right now.
That Casemiro thumbnail is funny. His face is the same as the Dust Devil meme. Here it comes. I don't know what that meme is, my bro. I'm gonna have to. Is that KJ? Is that some anime thing?
I don't know.
I know you do the old anime stuff. Come on, you gooners, is what Luke Skywalker said. Thank you, bro. So the same ref who disallowed Virgil's goal at the FA Cup allows United today. It's corruption. It's an identical situation.
He didn't allow the goal. He didn't.
There we go. And it isn't an identical situation. There is a clear difference in the circumstances.
Subtle difference.
This here says clear difference, not subtle. Absolutely clear. It's like saying your left and your right hand the same thing.
You're coming from a place of bias, so
no, I'm not biased to say is your left hand and right hand the same thing.
No, the previous statement was biased.
If you look at it in the mirror, he can't
answer. Who will win the league? Ask to all. Very quickly, who's winning the league, boys? One by one. Start with Don.
City.
Which league is he referring to? Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah.
I still have faith, man. Arsenal need to do it for us, man. They have to.
Ram, what are you saying? Because your team's in the title race, boy. What are you saying?
Injuries are looking sticky right now. Injuries are bad. I have faith. We're gonna crawl our way to the title. Crawl.
You know why this question stinks. Terry, you know how you use that metaphor, who would you rather bang your missus? This scenario, bro, this situation is
That's a
worse.
bang.
Your missus is getting banged already. And you're like, who do you want to come next, fam? That's
You have to say bang. Bang is such a funny word.
fam. This situation
That's the
stinks,
it's
fam.
two of them are
it
banging-
sucks.
don't-
No, it
two-
sucks.
It's two of them are banging your missus, and the other one's video recording it. That's the problem right now.
Yeah, this is a
I can't
Wait,
get over
wait,
you
wait,
not saying
wait.
banging.
Who's
I
the
can't
cock?
get
Wait,
over
wait,
you
wait.
not saying banging.
So who's the cock then?
fam.
It's
We
Arsenal's
are,
the
fam.
cup. Arsenal's
We
the
are,
cup.
bro. We
Arsenal's
are.
the cup.
I'm moving on. I'm leaving you, man, do this. This is Fergie said to Dave Browford, what was that pass? I'm sure he did. Ten Hag ball is awful, but a win is a win. I agree.
No, it's not a win. It's a win, man.
It is for us right now. My club.
It isn't a cup.
We've got a new structure, baby. We're getting Zidane in the summer. We're all good, my man. We're all
Give me
good.
Zidane. That's a funniest video, man.
Zinedine Zidane. He kills me in that phase. And every time Beth like, but why though? His response is just Zinedine Zidane.
Funny thing is, I watched that video live as well at the time. I was watching it. I was cracking up.
This year says right now. Oh,
Yeah,
he'll cook with
yeah,
Rashford.
100%.
Ollie.
Ollie would cook. Ollie would cook with Hoyland.
Yeah.
100%.
Liverpool go to Man United twice in a month. Watch them play nothing like today. Watch them park the bus. Klopp plays Gomez in midfield. Always going to be hard. Yeah, look, they're gonna have their players back by then. Darwin and that'll be back well soon, so it'll be fine, man. It'll be fine. Tired of Gallagher, sack the fraud with Poch is what Dyke says here.
Just on that other question, yeah, Terry. Just on the other question about the managers that I would bring back here. Obviously, Tuchel's got more in the game than Potter, but with this squad right now, I would honestly bring back Potter over Tuchel. I can't lie.
Thought about it.
I'm deep in it, bro. Because last year, bro, if you remember, Terry, when I first started coming on the terrace, yeah, I was defending Potter because he had so many injuries, right? And then I said, as of January, when everyone's coming back and when we made the new signings, I expect more. And he couldn't deliver. He wasn't trying to drop anyone and whatnot. Hold on, Andrew. Let me land my point and you can come in, yeah. Tuchel tactically, bro, that guy was suspect a lot, bro. Especially towards the end of his time at Chelsea, bro. I don't think he'll be able to use his team correctly. I'll be real, especially with the young players and that. Nah, this team, the way it's built, it's not for Tuchel. It is not.
Don, you're missing out. You're forgetting the only manager undefeated at Chelsea. That's Bruno. Bruno.
Oh yeah, Bruno. Yeah.
Wait. If that's the case, bring me Carrick. Wait, if that's the case, bring me Carrick. Boy.
Yeah, bring him back. Look, I want to thank everybody that has tuned into the show today. Go and check out the squad. An amazing new podcast being launched there very soon. Only me and KJ and the other person know what's going on over there. So go and subscribe to the new YouTube channel. There's gonna be some amazing content being made over there. You scan the QR code above KJ's head, or you can click on the link in our description below. Boys, until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again very, very soon.